Hello, hello. How are you all tonight? Let me make sure I got everything turned up. So, hey, Gamma's World, how you doing tonight? Thank you for coming through, showing some support to me. I really appreciate that. So I'm just gonna give a little bit of time for some people to come on in. When you do things through StreamYard, it work a little bit different than when you go just straight live or anything. And oh, too, Gamma, while you already here, I'm gonna be on camera too. Hey, Miss Coffee, how are you? Um, Good to see y'all tonight. Let me hit the Let's see. There I am. Hi y'all. How y'all doing tonight? Um, Before I even get started, I'm gonna go ahead and explain it to you, Gamma. Then that way, what I was trying to explain to you earlier today, what I was saying about the making the playlist. Um, Making the playlist. All you do is you go to it, and there's a little. I'm gonna see if I can find that little. It looked like a little bookmark button. Let me see if I can show you right here. I don't know if you can see on my phone. I hope I ain't showing nothing. I ain't got no business showing, but right there it says save. Hopefully you can see that. Hit that save button on go to any video that you want to go to and hit that button, and then you can set your playlist up in that way. So hopefully that helped you out. You can also save, like I save music and stuff like that I want to listen to in a playlist. But you all, I'm just giving some people some time to get in because you all know tonight our topic is, does your husband lead you? And if so, how and why does your husband lead you? Hey Kajaria, how you doing tonight? um just giving some people some time. Y'all know I had to work up some whole energy today, but today I also had a revelation, not a revelation, but caught myself doing something that I've been talking to no problem Gamma's World, um that I've been telling myself over and over and over again, and I see the pattern of being used and all of that good stuff like that. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link in the chat while I'm already Hey Seradness. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat already, because once I start running my mouth, then I'll be done. Forgot to drop the link, and y'all know I'll get off track real easy just talking. Hey Joshua. Um and you all, don't be scared to share your pages and stuff like this. Kind of network together, get to know each other, and chit chat. Over here is a safe zone. You come over here with any foolishness or whatever, we got some moderators here that don't mind getting rid of you over here. But all at the same time, I want people to be comfortable and be able to say or ask whatever questions it is that you want to have in the chat. We got wisdom over here and understanding. So we know when you trying to be slick and when you ain't. But let's kind of like stay on subject. And I ain't the one to really talk about staying on subject tonight, because I ain't good at that my own self. But anyways, we gonna work it out. We gonna work it out how we work it out tonight. But I just wanted to make sure that I spoke to everybody that was in the chat. Y'all, this the most upbeat I done felt in a minute now. But anyways, I was gonna tell y'all before. Today, I realized that I was doing something that I've been talking about for a long time, where I keep giving myself to people who don't appreciate the things that I do. And so right after I had done it, I caught myself in the moment. And as soon as I was getting ready to complain about it, I had to hit myself with the, ooh, girl, yeah, you did it. You did it once again. Nobody ain't tell you to do it. You just went and did it. And you're going to get the same thing that you've been getting. And I don't know if I'm going to get the same thing, but I can only go by the patterns of the things that I done seen previously from people. So, it is what it is, but I'm paying attention to how I move. Hey, Albert, how you doing tonight? So the first thing we gonna go ahead and get into it, because and we're gonna see how long we're gonna be up here tonight. Usually I be saying I'm gonna be on here for 30 minutes, and then I end up being on here for 2 hours. But anyways, here we go. Does your husband lead you? First of all, I thought about what is a leader? What is a leader? Do I have anybody in here that got the definition of what a leader is? I can read it to you. I'm gonna just hit I'm just gonna hit whatever it is that well, no, I ain't gonna hit. I'm gonna just give the definition of what the first thing was that I pulled up and today. And I know this probably gonna change a whole bunch of people's mind when you're talking about this subject right here. Hold on one second. Kajaria. Let me finish saying what I'm saying. But what I pulled up was what is a leader? Was the first thing that I wanted to do, to let that sit and marinate for just a minute. What is a leader? Anybody else got any other definitions? Feel free to go ahead and put them in the chat if you want to. If you want to put them in the chat, it's up to you. But the definition that I pulled up, it says a person who leads or commands a group. Now I say, when I probably read that right there, somebody gonna be like, huh? What? A person who leads or commands a group. Now, Gamma's World said, says someone who takes the initiative to guide. Okay, Gamma's World, I like your definition, because after I pulled up the definition that I pulled up, I got like, I think I'm gonna be one of them people who be like, I don't like this definition right here. But okay, then, but that's just my initial response when I first read the definition of it. But let that just marinate just for a minute. What a leader is. And Miss Kajaria, how you doing tonight?
Good.
How may I help you? Because you see, we finna get into this conversation, and you're welcome to listen, but we're gonna stay on subject tonight, Lord Jesus, with your bonnet on. Okay. And you all, this is not a little. She is a young lady. She is not a little girl. So I just want you all to know that, just in case you're concerned with, we got a child here. No, she is not a child. She is an adult. Graduate and all. Congratulations to you, Kajaria. But okay. Okay. Anything else? What you needed to say before I put you down from here, so because you ain't married yet.
I know that.
You ain't got to be married to be in this conversation, but we got to get the conversation started. Yeah. Okay, then.
Bye, guys.
All right, then. All right. See you later. Okay. So Gamma's World says someone who takes the initiative to guide. Yes. So and let me tell y'all how I came about on this subject. There is a content creator on YouTube by the name of Lady Bling, and I watch her. I love watching Lady Bling. I think that she is so real, raw, uncut. It is what it is. Like I like those kind of people. So she got one eyelash on. She don't care that she got one eyelash on. I just like those. I like those kind of people. So I was watching her one day, and then she was, she been going through some ups and downs. So have I. Everybody who is married done been through ups and downs in their marriages. Those things come back around, and they help them be stronger. Or they're gonna either tear it apart. It's one way or the other. But she was talking about she asked the question, does your husband lead you? And it made me start thinking. Yes, my answer to it was yes. My answer to that was yes. My husband does lead me. And then as she started to talk about it, she started to talk about some things which, kind of put it in perspective of, context or whatever. But she was saying like how she was literally asking the question, how, if you the one that get up and you do the cooking, the cleaning, you make all the decision and the only thing your husband do is go to work, then how is he leading you? Now, when she say it that way, it doesn't sound that bad, but she literally asking a question that she has, and even made me think about it in that way. And I guess I've always just looked at point blank period. My husband is a leader, point blank period. Like, he don't get in no groups of people and move no way nobody else move. He marched to the beat of his own drum. So point blank period, just a leader in his own right. So yeah. And then but just thinking about her saying that, and then it's like, it just got my wheels to turning. And I thought this would be a great conversation if we got people to be able to engage in the conversation and want to talk want to talk about it. And Lady Bling was willing to talk about it, but it was just, she hadn't already did the live and she had other things going on, but the conversation was getting good over there. If any of y'all interested in seeing what that live it is called Hey Y'all, and it was like 6 days ago that she did it. And you can go to the 1 hour 50 minute mark and then watch from there, but watch the whole live. It is what it is. Let me read what Sorette has put as her definition. Her definition was someone who is willing to take charge and have what it takes to take the right path and make the best decisions. Absolutely. Now that one right there, I love that definition too. I told y'all the first thing I went to Google, and I just needed to have a definition, because a lot of times I love to come on here and then I don't have my definition or whatever with me. So I'm trying to get better at that. I'm not no professional or nothing like that. I just like to talk. So I like to have a definition of whatever it is that I'm coming, and usually somebody will give me the definition of it in the chat or whatever, in which somebody did, and I really appreciate you for that. But this time I came just a little bit prepared. But in that, someone who is willing to take charge. Now let's just see how we gonna break into this, because when she starts saying the part about you have if you don't want to do all of these things and stuff for your kids, like, where is he leading you to? So I had to sit there and I had to think for my own self, because all of those things that she was naming are all things that I do. All of those things, those are things that he don't have to worry about, because I handle those things. And it doesn't make me ashamed to say that my husband lead me. Still, after we started going down this line, I was still able to say, yeah, he done led me to a whole lot of different things. And so me looking at the definition that I pulled up was like a little bit scary when I first read it or whatever. So I was like, backpedaling just a little bit. Do I want to say that? But no, I still say this. I still say the same things. A lot of the places that I'm going and growing through is because of the respect that my husband has for himself, has also taught me to have more respect for myself than I did when I first met him. So there's different ways that your husband can lead you. I know a lot of people look at when you say leading is like he tell you everything that everything to do. He tell you about every move that you should make. even in those things right there, even certain moves and stuff I make, I really just I make decisions, and sometimes I make decisions and then my husband don't agree with them, and then he just let me know that he don't agree with the decision, and sometimes it turned into an argument, sometimes it doesn't. But for the most part, according to what it is, and especially when it comes down to the kids, I usually just follow what he say, and then I'm going to tell you why. Because sometimes people won't be willing to tell you why you lead and all of this stuff. In my situation, I grew up in a household that did not have a father figure at all. Just grew up around women and everything. So, I really didn't know how a man moves in that aspect and everything. I just know by having a boyfriend and all of that kind of stuff. So there were things that I missed out on when I was a kid that I absolutely wanted my kids to experience. And I wanted them to experience them because, those things look fun and stuff. When you watching it on Bill Cosby and all of that stuff as you growing up and all of this different stuff, and you just thought it's the thing to do. And I respect the lead because there are times, and I done told this story several times, and I tell it because it's the one thing that sticks out so far in my head. I wanted my kids to have the experience of having sleepovers and all of that kind of stuff. And then when it came time for it to happen, and I would ask my husband, he'll be like, nope. And I would be so angry with him that he was always saying no, but only because I wanted my kids to have experiences that I didn't have. But I also didn't know that me wanting my kids to have an experience that I didn't have what could have led them to having an experience that I had and I didn't want my kids to have. If you all understand what I mean, that we done been down this line. So yes, and Gamma's World, when you said that, yes, you have to respect the lead. When you said that, that's the one thing that I can go to, and I actually wrote it down, is that you have to, if you're gonna let somebody lead you somewhere, if you say yes, he leads me, you gotta respect the lead that they're taking. Now, do that mean that I don't give pushback? Because in some areas, absolutely I do. Actually, I gave pushback not too far back, far down the line. I gave some pushback, but right now I'm in it, and it's a matter of putting it into context, because right now I feel like I'm in the battle of fighting for me, Shauna, being able to have a life, Shauna being able to consider Shauna sometimes. And yes, I'm talking about myself in the third person. I call myself Shauna sometimes, but I am Life with Shauna. You see, I ain't even introduce myself when I come on here. I just be like coming on here like y'all, like my next door neighbors. Are we talking on the phone or whatever like that right there? But hey y'all, how y'all doing? I am Life with Tashana, and I'll just be over here talking like I'm your sister, your next door neighbor on the phone or whatever like that. But when you putting it into perspective, you have to get whatever's a person's perspective is, or the context that they putting it in. When you ask them, can they lead? I look at leading in so many different ways. And so in those decisions like that with my husband, in those ways, I can tell you about I'm gonna say that because I gotta be honest. I respect 95% of his leadership. 95% of it. But listen when I say that though, 95% of his leadership, and I give about 5% pushback. And when that pushback is strong when I give it now. I give the pushback in those areas because I'm so free with giving myself away that is it feels selfish to me when I need time for me. Hey Callie, how you doing tonight? And so y'all, truth be told, I just lost my train of thought just then. But you know it'll come back to me. I always be talking and thinking about something. But I respect him in those ways, especially when it comes down to our kids. There's other decisions that my husband done made. Is like we were going to buy a car one time and I wanted this car. And he was playing the money game, the bidding war with this person. I don't know nothing about that. I said I want this car. My husband's like, girl, you better come on here, let's go. I'm mad at him. I done got in the car. I done started crying and everything. I'm so hot with him, and I'm just sitting in the car praying. I was like, Lord, don't let me be mad at him. He know I want this car, and he here playing with this man. Just we got the money, give the man the money. We get in that car and get ready to drive off. The man come running after us, and guess what? He now giving us the car for the price that my husband asked for. So if you get results like that when somebody leading you, I understand it. Would I hear the other side of it where somebody says, ain't nobody got time for that. I ain't doing that. I can also understand that part. But to have the conversation is great. It's a blessing to have had him to handle that situation. I know. Me, let it have been me. There's other situations that I can keep giving you situations after situations. And then too, we got those of us who let people lead us, and they lead us down a dark path, and you can see the evidence of the dark path that the person leading you down, and you still follow them down that path. So you do have to respect the lead. Like Gambling World said, you have to respect the lead. If there's no respect for the lead that's in front of you, you should not be following. Why would you follow somebody you don't respect? You don't respect how they lead, and all of that good stuff. So, but you all, I really didn't plan to be on here alone tonight. But if I would love now. Y'all already know that things change if somebody hit that link or ask a question or something like that about something and start a whole nother conversation. But I'll be trying to stay on lock. Y'all see, I had made me some notes tonight. And let me make sure I read down my notes before I go to anything else. He leaves me and not have for myself. Commands in his heart, how and where personally. One of the things that I wrote that I wanted to share. Let me see. Seretna said, I'm taking the lead if I can't trust you to lead me the right way. And Seretna, that's also another thing too that I believe in. Sometimes you're in situations and you have to take the lead. That's what. You see, Seretna, see how you just came and said that, and you reminded me of something that I was going to say earlier when I got, what you said when I had a brain fart. So you reminded me of what I said. I'm taking the lead if I can't trust you to lead. Now, all of the things that I tell you that I do inside, I did with the kids, been doing it all these years, and we raised 14 children. We still got three left that's underage. 14 children. I did all of that with all of those kids. And I made all of the decisions. But when my husband would see me make a decision with them that he didn't think was a good decision, he would come in and he would change it. And sometimes he wouldn't say something to me about changing it. And I would still be trying to move in that way and be trying to figure out, like, why are the kids doing this thing different? And that's where sometimes like the communication would break down. And then you wouldn't be on the same page with those kinds of things. But then after a while, you start to catch on and you start to see. And it's only because he's bringing, when he see them doing whatever thing that it is that I allowed them to do, he's bringing correction to it, and only bringing correction to it when I'm not in the place of where the correction is being bought. And so then later on we find out, and then I'm like saying to the kids, well, why are you doing that? And then when I told you to do it this way right here, it was like, well, daddy said don't do it like that. And then, first, when it first started to happen, it used to make me upset that it was happening that way, because I felt like, no, I'm the one that's here with them all the time. I the one got the routine going and all of this kind of way. But as the years went by, I start to just, okay, if he told him to do something different, then I'm just going to go with the flow. But even sometimes, let me admit to this, sometimes when I knew that it did not work together with what my plans were, when I'm there with the kids all the time, he would switch up something and it would throw a monkey wrench in what I had going on that was working well, which were the times when it would cause conflict, because I would be so upset that he switched something that does not necessarily put a curve in his day, but will put a curve in my day. If y'all understand, those of y'all who have kids, when you got a system going on of how you do everything, and then you got somebody that can come in and just put a detour in how you've been running things for a long time, especially when like the job situation changes and everything, because he's retired and everything now. And so it's like when those situations change, different things are going to be brought up. So in those ways, it's all of the ways that you see things. So it's like, for me, they say when you pick your battles or whatever, that's what I was doing, was picking my battles, which then led me to end up in places that I didn't want to be to. And that's me taking my accountability for those types of situations. But I'm going to go back to, I absolutely say, yes, my husband leads me, but he's leading me in most things in the absolute right way. If you being led somewhere and it ain't being to the right place, then you need to go to the left and going on about your business. Yeah, you try to keep a routine if you can. Yeah, I do. And what it does works for me. And then, you have a lot of men do not like to communicate. He don't like to have whole conversations. He say I be babbling on, and I do. I say it all the time. I even tell people sometimes when I'm talking, sometimes you got to get my attention and be like, girl, can you hold on a minute and let me talk? But he is a man of few words, and so sometimes you're asking him questions about things, and it's not questioning him to question what it is that he doing. I ask questions because I like to try to get understanding. I'm not one that we'll sit up here and we'll be having a conversation unless I be tired of something like that. Now, if I'm having a conversation with you, I'm not just trying to hear what you saying. I'm trying to understand what it is that you're saying. And when I don't understand something, I ask questions. My husband ain't that kind of person that he wants you to ask all them questions. He like to tell you something to do, and he kind of wants you to follow. And I'm not saying like it's something that he do all the time, because he don't ask for a whole bunch of nothing. Point blank, period. He don't ask for a bunch of anything, but the things that he do ask for. And I'm going to give an example, just for example's sake. So say like we going fishing, which we got a whole bunch of fishing spots that we go to. Me, myself, I done gave up on the fishing part. I just like to go on the fish creek and go to sleep. I like to be by the water. So, but all of my kids and everybody love to go fishing. But there's preparations that you as a woman do when you going out to go fishing. Point blank, period. There's preparations people make when they going out on the fish creek or whatever. But which, according to wherever we're going, we pack different ways. And so if he be like, hey, y'all be ready at such and such time in the morning because we gonna go fishing in the morning. And then if I be like, well, where we going fishing at? Man, see, that's why I don't like telling y'all stuff. I just like to wake y'all up and let y'all go. You got to be asking all them questions every day. I'll be like, all right, then. So then I prepare. And I'm not saying that this still happens right now. So I prepare whichever way that I want to prepare, right? Now, when we get out there, where we going, and he done took us way out, and we finna be out there for a whole long time, right? Now we ain't got the stuff that we need. And he was like, you ain't bring this and you ain't bring that. I say, well, you ain't want to tell us, well, you ain't want to tell me where we was going. So I packed with the intentions of where I thought we was going, not with the intentions of where you thought I should be packing and thinking that we going. So, in those situations, see, we both learned a little bit. There's lessons to be learned in that. So it's like, I don't be asking for the information because I'm trying to just like I said, I be trying to ask the question because I be trying to literally get understanding like what we do and make sure that I'm prepared for whatever situation I'm walking in. Angel Fire said, I'm not married yet, but I'm listening to the advice. Hey, and Angel, if you want to be married, I think that's the best place. That's the best room for you to sit in. Whether you listening to people who've been married, who's been divorced, people who've been in long-term relationships, you want to know, sit in on those conversations and start jotting down notes. Ooh, I got questions about this. I got questions about that. Best place for you to know. I'll say he leads 90% of the time, but I kick in because he's so holy and people try to take advantage of it. But I mean, preacher's wife anyways. I know that's right. Yes. Now, listen, I was going to say something. I say, my husband can have a preacher in him, but he got the mouth of a sailor too. All at the same time. So he ain't got no problem. He don't got no problem in that area. I kind of like just have to, if a woman or something, come around there, like ease on in there, girl, you might, don't do it. But yeah, now, them days ain't got to him yet. He still believe in saying what he want to say. It's nice to have a big family going on an outing. Yes. But after I've been doing Serenity, it does sound there is times that we done had an absolute amazing time. But when I tell you having all of those kids too, they come with their things. And I used to always say, when I can't wait till my kids get grown so they can go on about their business or whatever. Listen, right now, if I can just go back to when they was all like little babies or whatever, I think I'd rather have 14 babies in a room babysitting all of them. Of course, my same kids. I ain't trying to change them or switch them out or no nothing like that. But if I could just have them all like stair steps again, I even take one that's a 0, that's a newborn, 9 months, and whatever the next 9 months, if they all were stair step like that, they were 9 months apart. I'd rather take them all like that right there than to deal with the adult issues that, when they grow up and start having those adult issues. And, of course, then, the adults don't really go to daddy like that. It's like they come to you and then they want you to connect daddy in with it or whatever. So still in that way, he still be leading from behind the scenes or whatever. But just be careful of whoever is leading you. So I don't know if anybody want to hit the link or whatever and say something. And if not, that is fine. You just wanted them all at the same time. No, I just didn't want listen, when you thought you had issues and you was like you ready for them to get out of your house when they was growing up. only because you thought that your problems, all your problems and stuff go away. No, they have different problems, different situations that come up the older that they get. And it's like, oh Lord, I ain't have these kinds of issues when y'all were little. All you know that how they have that saying when you have a baby, you'll be like, oh, I can't wait for you to start walking. I can't wait for you to start crawling. And then I can't wait for you to do this, and I can't wait for you to, and then you go through that stage of where when they start doing all of that stuff, you always tell them, if you don't sit down and shut up somewhere, now that all the stuff you was glad that they was gonna do, you ready for them to walk, you ready for them to talk, and all of that stuff. Now you just sit your behind the house somewhere and shut up. But it's like when they become adults, it make you go back and totally enjoy the innocent little ones running around the house making all the screaming noise and all of that stuff that they did. And and a lot of times I felt like I was alone in that situation, and only because I didn't know what it was like growing in a household. All I ever seen was my mom going out and working. But I actually wasn't alone because I was able to be home with my kids, who is the best person to watch them, while my husband went out and he made the money to take care of us. So, and that's another way he led in is, the boys seeing it. Another way that people can lead you to is, I told you, the bad things. I don't never want to leave that out. I always try to talk about both sides of the coin, because you can be led anywhere. Be careful who you following behind though. Right, we ain't never satisfied. No, we ain't never satisfied. It's like, dang, I was rushing. I wanted you to hurry up and get it this way, and then you ain't get it that way, and then you ran over here, and now I'm ready for you to go back over there that way. But life is life. And hey, Dolly Bear, how you doing? But if that is all, I just wanted to speak on that and see if anybody had any stories or anything that they wanted to put in from there, or say anything about that. And if not, I got my 30 minutes in, and I did Babylon, which I normally do. But you all, I also want to come on, and say that it may seem like I'm the happiest, the chipperest person ever. I am going through some things. I am going through some things in my life at this time that I have really, really been struggling with. I've been going through anxiety for the past couple of days. And it's getting better and better every day. I don't like the down times or whatever, but I'm willing to go through them and grow through them as I'm going. I ain't never been in this. I'm pretty sure I done been in this process what I'm in right now, but at a different level. So, and I still don't know what all to expect from out of it. All I want to do is just be able to grow in whatever situation that I'm in. And hopefully that's what everybody in here listening at this time is what you want to do, is continue to grow in life. And sometimes with growing there, sometimes people are going to have to tell you some things that you don't necessarily want to hear. People have told me things before, and I've totally wanted to disregard everything that they wanted to say, but there was always somebody that was there to say, just because it doesn't fit into what situation you in right now, don't throw it in the garbage, put it up on the shelf. You might need it later. And I found out later some of those things that I wanted to throw in the shelf because I was so angry that somebody said it to me, I found out later those were the very things that I needed to. And when it was actually there in my face and showing me, no, you definitely do have those issues and you need to work on it. That's what I call them, the kind of people who I like to be around and grow. Um, and sometimes that's what it takes is for somebody to see you, not to beat you down in the ground or no nothing, but to be able to, just like you can give some advice. You ever been giving somebody some advice or whatever, and you say something to them, and it seemed like the word came right around and like, bam, hey, that was for you. That was for you, but nobody ain't said it to you. It's like you talking to that person, and the word that you giving to them or you saying to them, that word was for you. Um, has been happening to me a lot. I've been getting a lot of encouragement that's coming on here, and doing something different instead of staying. I got this thing of where I just go in and I just close in, um, and get quiet when I'm going through things. I've been quiet for a little bit. I've been gone, been teeter tottering back and forth on here a little back and forth lately, and eventually I'll get back into the groove of it. But I'm not in no rush. I know nothing. But let me tell you something too. While I'm also thinking about it, I have for my mods, if you want to go over to, because I didn't come up with anything of how to give out fresh mangoes. And Gamma's World, I saw you doing your watermelon challenge. Everybody over here know that I grow a watermelon, but I hate watermelon. My children love it, but I sure been doing the mangoes with you. I've been eating some mangoes along with you. But for my moderators, I would love to send you all some organic fresh mangoes from off of my tree that ain't sat in a box for a month or 2 or 3 months before they got to you, all green. They are ripening right naturally. Y'all done seen them so many times right here on YouTube. My trees are hanging down to the ground. Yes, Soretness, mangoes. They are hanging down to the ground. I need to start picking them off. And if you would love some, my moderators, please inbox me over on IG, so that we can figure out how and where you want me to send your mangoes. Yes, Soretness, I am in Florida. I am in Orlando, Florida. Yes, ma'am. And then too, I want you to always remember that no matter where you are and they say that you can't grow certain stuff there, if you get sent a mango, and I think about things in this way all the time, because I always say use what you got to grow with that. If I send you a mango, it's not only a mango, it's a seed, it's food for the soul, and it grows so naturally. Ain't nobody but the sun and the good Lord up above helped it grow and put some little chicken poop around the bottom of the plant. You don't let the good old natural rain on it, no pesticides, no none of that. But you also get a seed in that mango. There's a seed in there that you can take it and you can plant it, and it will make you another. You can even grow it on the inside. It'll be a small tree, and it'll take some time um for it to get the mangoes on there. But you can definitely grow you a small mango tree if you got to do it on the inside. So Miss Coffee, I know that works. But there's places that some people can't grow them because it's snow and stuff like that. Those are the time you keep it in a 5 gallon bucket and you bring your mango tree on the inside. It wears warm it. So, but if you all are interested in having some of these mangoes, and I can promise you, if you ate a mango from the grocery store, anybody who grow any food or anything in their yard, what you grow in your yard, the grocery store can't touch it. There is no comparison to it. I can't even tell you how. And the only way you're going to know is you got to try it your own self. So you're ready to say, can I be a mod for that? I was trying to tell them, I was trying to get somebody to help me think up a game or something like that where I could do away for some subscribers and stuff to get because we have so many. I think we got somewhere along the line about 600-700 mangoes right now. I can't even count them. all I can just tell you, the trees are hanging down to the ground, and we have two different kinds. So wow, I just love it. So oh, I'm from Haiti, so mangoes are near and to my heart. I know that's right. I know that's right. Um, but will it taste? But will it taste? Gamma's World. I can tell you. See, the ones you get out of the grocery store, you either love the stuff that you get out the grocery store, but you get the stuff from out. See, what I'll do is I'll get buy something from the grocery store, and then I'll plant it and make a tree or something from out of it. They'll tell you that a lot of my trees and stuff that I have in my yard, I just got them from. I got peach trees, pomegranate trees, and everything. I didn't buy those things. I just one day I was just like, let me see, can I grow? Let me see, can I grow this stuff? And it's growing. It's only one. There's one tree that we got, and it came from my daddy. Child, that tree been ran over and everything. My husband got that tree, and he taped it up with some duct tape. My sister backed over it. I mean, she broke the tree in half. He picked the tree. Him and my son hold the tree up. My husband wrapped the tree with duct tape. That tree healed itself back together. So that's a healing mango tree right there. But the taste. Just think of what you're getting from the store. They picked it from somebody's tree, probably a month in advance. That thing was so green and unripe on the inside. But just imagining it staying on the tree, and the tree just steady dumping in more flavor and more nutrients and stuff into that mango until almost see like if some was sent to you, it would take probably about a good 3 to 4 days for them to get to you, right? So by the time they get to you and they're in that cardboard box on the way getting to you, they're going to be good and ripe by the time they get to you, because they sat in darkness, which means they're ripening on their way to you. All I can tell you, Gamma's World, when you see somebody with a mango tree, you somewhere with somebody with a mango, get you a mango from out of the store. Stop to the store real quick and cut you a mango from the store, and cut the one that you got off of just somebody's tree that was out there in the yard. I'm telling you, you ever grow the tomato and ate that tomato? Get a tomato from the grocery store and get a tomato from out your yard. Nothing that you grow in your yard tastes like what you get from the store. Why is that? Even an egg. I got my own chickens and everything here. It does not taste. It's not the same. It's not the same. Eggs taste different. Hey, Shay, how you doing? But and then that's just the thing. I still haven't gone to the post office because I haven't felt the best that I can. But I can definitely go and see. I hear that they have a box that's there that they have flat rate boxes. If you want the mangoes from him, you would have to pay for the box also too with the mangoes, and so if that's something that you want to do, you can hit me up on Instagram too, and we'll do first come first serve, because everybody ain't gonna get to experience it this time. I'm in Wisconsin. Nobody has mangoes here. What do y'all even get them in the grocery store there? They be sending fruit and stuff all over the place. Good evening, chat, please. And share with Shay today. Shay was out here walking around in the yard. She just done got out and stuff. We done tried to put her into one of the bigger pens with two other chickens that's like Brody, so we can see if she can become Brody. And I come outside and walked around the corner, and Shay out here walking around the yard. I say, look at her grown self. I told my daughter, I say, look at Shay out the pen walking around out here. And she just went on and walked on back in there by her own self, like she running things over here. Do you do content on what you grow? Yeah, I have a lot of videos, Gamma, just look like for some of the garden tours. And a lot of times when I'm sitting here talking in all of my shorts and everything, I usually be sitting by one of the trees. I have bananas growing in my yard. I have all kinds of stuff, and then there's a point where you'll see that Shauna went through something, and I have like a half an acre of stuff that was planted in the back, half an acre of food planted in the back, and I just went through a situation, and I let all of that die. But I still have a whole bunch of stuff still growing. But the stuff that I planted on that half acre, um, I let it go. And that's not the first time that I did that. My daughter would love some homegrown mangoes. Okay, Callie, you already know. You already know over there on Instagram. I don't have an Instagram. Okay, Shaden, we're gonna have to hit me up on life with Tashana at gmail.com. Yes, they are there. I never tasted one. Oh, Gamma's World. Oh my gosh. See, I seen you over there cutting up that watermelon. I say, oh, people be eating watermelon like, oh, it's. Don't get me wrong, my kids love it over here or whatever, and I just be like, mm-mm. When we was growing up, I done tried all kinds of tricks of the trades with the watermelon. Put some salt on it, put some sugar on it. I mean, put honey on it, everything. Ain't nothing ever worked for me. I do not like green eggs and ham. No, I'm just joking. I do not like watermelon. I do not like watermelon. But let me tell you what I do love with watermelon. See, now, Gamma's World, you got that watermelon over there. And see, I got fresh pineapples over here growing in my yard. I got about 16 of them. See, I love to cut up a watermelon. And I used to do this all the time when we used to just like throw little parties together and stuff in the yard for the kids and stuff. Cut up a watermelon and cut up a pineapple. And we put the pineapple and the watermelon in the thing layered against each other and let it sit overnight and let them two flavors fuse together. Ooh, you talking about something good. I used to have people be coming over there to me. So I know you got a cooler with some pineapple and some watermelon in it. Where is hiding it? So I do love the flavor that makes when you let them two lean against each other overnight and be good and cold. Yes, but I'm not eating no watermelon. Yes, I eat it with salt. See there? Yeah, I done tried it with that. You're the first person I ever heard say they don't like what. I know a lot of people say that. My people was over here because one of the things that died back there in my garden was I had watermelon. I had watermelon planted. And somebody was like, I can't believe you would let you just Nisi the budgetista said, Tashana, I cannot believe you just let the watermelon. I'm gonna forgive you this time, but yeah. Well, and it be like that sometimes, but my garden is Gamma's World. That's like that be like my peace of mind. Like I need it. It's like there's times like right now I'm vicariously living through the other people that I follow on here, like Miss Coffee. Miss Coffee got her garden all set up. It's something that I love about her garden. I love when people plant in the 5-gallon buckets. I just love the design of the garden. And even one day, Miss Coffee telling me is like she's so tempted to like move the buckets and color coordinate them. See, I understand that kind of stuff because that's kind of like that OCD side of you where you want everything to be. Oh, thank you so much. Gamma's World, join my membership. I don't even tell anybody about my memberships and stuff over there because I ain't ready to be like committed to it like that over there. But I really appreciate that. That do push me to have a commitment to get that done. But when Miss Coffee say like she wants to organize and put the colors together, see, I understand that feeling, that being there, because I get started doing things. And when I see it, I got everything going, but it's something about that OCD that kick in and where you want to switch things up. And you'll see, I got about 3-4 videos where I done built this garden bed around my garden thing. Me, myself, built it, took the dirt out of it, put it back in, took it down again, built it back up, all because I can't reach to the back of the garden bed to get the weeds out of it. So it's so frustrating. And I know that I'm not going to be happy until I switch it the way that I want to do it. So now, once again, I got it taken down again and it need to be put back up again. So one of these days, I'm gonna get back there out there and I'm gonna get back to it. But right now, this is the season that I'm in, and that's why I call this Life with Tashana. It's like a box of chocolate. You don't never know what you're gonna get. When you hit this live over here, it can be so loud, it's so nice and peaceful and quiet. So much so that sometimes we just over here listening to the garden, the sprinkling of the garden. People on their lunch break and they just want to hear the sprinklers and watch the sunflowers grow out there in the garden. It's just that peaceful sometimes over here. And then sometimes you might hit on this live over here. You might see Shauna over here cussing out maybe 2 or 3 people. But then I try to stay like on the peaceful side all the time. But sometimes life just not life is just not like that for real. It's just not like that for real. And so I don't want to sell no illusions or know anything that stuff is perfect, because it ain't. And there is a little piece of paradise out there in the garden. Absolutely it is. But that's just not where I live at all the time. And I love to go out there and take a bite out of that paradise every now and then. But you all, I think that I done babbled on long enough tonight. Y'all know I say that I'm not digging on myself or no nothing. That's literally how I be talking in real life. Like, people know that really be talking to me. Shauna talk. But maybe next time or something, like we can listen, Miss Degger. There you go, Miss Coffee. See, you do it every single time. Every time. Then we be 3 minutes. What I'm gonna say for 3 minutes? Let me go ahead and do my outro. So that's gonna take me about 3 minutes to do. But thank you all for joining me over here at Life with Tashana, where life is literally like a box of chocolate. You don't never know what you're gonna get when you hit this live over here. But what we are about over here is growing. And what we do over here is we make sure. We also call the high class gardeners over here. And let me explain to you what high class means. The high class garden means. See, we'll make sure we growing stuff out here in the yard at all times. Like right now, I just told you all of my stuff is messed up, but I still got stuff out here growing. I got fruit and other food and stuff growing everywhere. Just one part of my garden I let die, right? We just make sure we growing food at all times of the year, wherever it may be. But see, now when the bugs and the worms and the snakes and stuff start showing up, that's where the high class part come in here. Because see, we ain't messing with none of that type of stuff over here. And people be like, Shauna, well, how you a gardener and you don't mess with no bugs, snakes, and worms? Did you hear what I say? I say I grow food. I don't play with none of those types of things over here. None at all. If you think I'm playing, I got the videos to show it. Snakes show up over here. We act. And we may not be back in the garden for about probably like another week after the snake done showed up here. The proof is in the pudding. right here on YouTube. I done ran across one and it done gave me a miraculous healing to start jumping across all kinds of stuff when them snakes and stuff be showing up. But that's what the high class garden means. And what we do is whatever we're growing out in the yard, we try to put it together with something that we trying to grow from in our real life. And so that you watching that thing grow is like a manifestation of how you're moving in the process that you're moving in. I feel like right now the half acre that I had stuff planted on that died was a representation of the part of my life that I just left from. It's a representation of that part dying. And now it's going to be tilled up and it's going to start again. And more beauty is going to come out of it. We all know out in the garden, there's a season. There is a season for, all places in our life. They can be short seasons, long seasons, or whatever. But there's a season out in the garden. You know, those cucumber plants, those tomato plants, all of that stuff only lasts for a season. So whenever those situations happen to me, I just look at it and I take a deep breath because I know it ain't going to be long before the yearning comes back that I want to put my hands in the soil again. So if you ain't already growing something, I hope I'm being contagious, and I hope it jump all over you that you want to go out there and plant something. I really do be that excited about growing stuff. But yes, right now, like I said, I'm living vicariously through all my other people. Then I got growing with Hudson, that I watch her. She grow all kinds of stuff. She's into medicinal growing of things or whatever. But I'm saying Gamma's World, if you got some watermelon seeds left from your watermelon, then you know, when I seen it, then I should have been over there hollering, don't throw those seeds away. But you know, sometimes you be running into those watermelons that don't have seeds in them. But yeah, everything that you get from the store, just start looking it up. Can I grow? You already paying for it anyways. So you know, I always be trying to figure out how you can get something extra from out of all of that stuff. It's your money. So but all right, y'all, we gonna get out of here at the hour mark. 1 hour and 2 minutes over. We went. But you know, thank you all for coming through and joining with me tonight. And I thank you all for lifting me. And I hope, and for you all coming through and lifting me up in this moment in time. I always say this thing where I always ask God to give it back to you tenfold as much as you gave it to me. And in that way, we always will balance each other out. We ain't never pulling too much from one or the other. It's just a balance of what we got going on. So whatever you gave to me tonight, I'm asking God to give it back to you tenfold. And may you all have an amazing night. Good night to you, Tammy. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you all for coming through. Until next time, y'all have an amazing night.